So, the Sony a7 IV has finally been released, but so many people are arguing over the 4K 60p in crop mode. There are lots of videos in the YouTube about the specs of this camera, so in this video I am mostly going to share my opinions about this controversial 4K 60p crop mode topic. Let's go back a little bit. We have had our beloved Sony a7 III for several years and we really wish that it could shoot 10-bit 422. And now the Sony a7 IV has been released with the 10-bit 422 capability and so many other dope features like video bitrates up to 600 megabits per second, a nearly flawless focusing system, and also a better dynamic range even than the Sony a7S III, as Gerald Undone mentioned in his video, and so many other great features which you can watch in their YouTube reviews. But still so many people are arguing why this camera cannot shoot 4K 60p in full frame mode. Guys, let me tell you a truth. You know, it happens to me a lot. I want to buy a product from a company and you see that that company brings a lot of hype about the new awesome features of that product and you say to yourself, wow, those are awesome. But in reality, when you buy that product, you do not use most of those hyped features. In this case about the Sony a7 IV, somehow we have the same situation. We are getting the 4K 60p in crop mode without any other drawbacks and everything else works fine like the autofocus and we have the 10-bit 422. But again, a lot of people are arguing why it's not in full frame mode. To be honest with you, in reality this doesn't affect our work so much. For example, I myself shoot portrait videos which you might have seen in my channel, and if I use my Sigma 24mm lens with the crop mode of the Sony a7 IV, it would give me around 60mm of focal length, which again wouldn't be bad for a wide shot. But I completely understand that some people who shoot real estate videos, they might need a wider focal length. But I think there is a good workaround for them. They can buy some cheap second-handed APS-C lenses like the Sigma 16mm 1.4, which is a really awesome lens, for a cheap price, and they can use it flawlessly in the 4K 60p crop mode. And now you might say that we are not getting the same amount of background blur which we get with a full frame sensor. That's true, but in videography and filmmaking, the most important part of the procedure, in my opinion, is storytelling. And the background blur is not an important thing. And even the difference between the full frame and crop in the background blur is not that too much. And also do not forget that Panasonic GH cameras have a micro four thirds sensor, which is even smaller than the APS-C sensor, and nobody is arguing about that. But again, I'm not saying that the Sony did the right decision here by not giving us the 4K 60p in full frame mode, and in my opinion this was a marketing decision and a strategy to protect their higher lineups like the Sony a7S III and the A1. What I am trying to say here is that at this price point we are getting so many awesome features with the Sony a7 IV. I do not know about you, but for me the new focusing system, the new better body and better ergonomics, and the 10-bit 422 are the real game changer features of this camera, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this Sony a7 IV. But in the end I should say that I found two things which really annoyed me about the Sony a7 IV. You cannot shoot 1080p 120 frames per second in 10-bit 422 and you are still limited to the 8-bit codec, which is really disappointing. And the second thing is that the camera is going to be released at the end of the December, which is 2 months away from us, and we have to wait a lot of time to get our hands on the new Sony a7 IV. I will be glad to hear your opinions about the new Sony a7 IV too, and tell me if you agree with my opinions or not. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will be seeing you soon. Have a great day.